Hey guys, Dobby back at you. Another story for you. Clean your eyes off your TV. It was late October in the dense timber of Washington's Olympic Peninsula. A guy named Ryan, mid-30s, experienced hiker, and bow hunter, decided to go solo for a week-long elk hunt in a road drainage. He'd scouted on maps. No cell service, no trail past the first 3 miles. No cell service, no trails past the first 3 miles, just old logging roads that had grown over. He packed light, tent, bivvy, rifle slung on his back, though he preferred to the bow hunt for quiet and enough food for the trip. The first couple days were normal, signs of elk, fresh rubs on trees, a few distant bugles at dawn, but on the third night things shifted. He'd set up camp in a small clearing near a creek, about 4,500 feet up. Excuse me. At 11 p.m., the temperature dropped hard and a thick fog rolled in off the Pacific. Ryan was in his tent, half asleep, when he heard it. Heavy, deliberate footsteps circling the perimeter of his camp, not crashing like a bear, measured 2 legs. Each step crunched the frost exactly the same way, maybe 8 to 9 feet apart. He lay there frozen, listening as the circle tightened, then stopped directly behind his head, maybe 10 feet away. No growl, no huff, just breathing. Deep, slow, through a huge chest. He could hear then inhale and exhale clearly over the creek. It went on for maybe 2 minutes, then the footsteps retreated uphill into the timber. Ryan didn't sleep. At first light he checked for tracks. There were prints, huge, human-like but wider, deeper, with a mid-tarsal break that made the arch look wrong. They circled his tent perfectly, like whatever it had been studying him. He decided to move camp higher, figuring elevation might put him out of its territory. Bad call. That afternoon, while glassing a ridge for elk, he caught movement below him in a draw he'd crossed earlier. Something massive, a dark, rose from behind a blow-down log, easily 8 feet at the shoulder, even hunched. It stood upright, broad as a doorway, covered in matted black-brown hair. It didn't look at him directly at first. It just waited. Then it turned its head slowly, and Ryan swore the eyes caught the light, reflective yellow-orange, set too far apart. He backed away slowly, heart slamming, but as he retreated he realized the thing wasn't following. It was paralleling him, staying just inside the tree line, matching his pace. Every time he stopped to look, it stopped too, like it was hurting him. By dusk, he reached a rocky outcrop with a sheer drop on one side, natural defensive spot. He built a small fire, sat with his rifle across his lap, and waited. The night was dead quiet except for the wind. Then from across the valley came a scream. Not a howl, a full-throated guttural roar that started low and climbed into something almost human but way too powerful. It echoed off every ridge, impossible to pinpoint. Then another answered from behind him, closer, much closer. The fire popped. Something heavy landed on the rocks above him with a thud that vibrated through the ground. Ryan spun, rifle up. In the firelight, he saw a silhouette, enormous, long arms hanging past the knees, head massive and conical. It didn't charge, it just stood there, blocking the only easy way down, staring. He fired a warning shot into the air. The report cracked across the valley. The thing didn't flinch. Instead, it let out a low, rumbling vocalization, almost like words but garbled, angry. Then it stepped forward once. Rocks clattered down the slope. Ryan's nerve broke. He grabbed his pack and bolted downhill, sliding on scree, crashing through brush. No headlamp because light would make him a target. Branches tore at him. He heard it falling, not running full out, but loping. Heavy footfalls crashing in rhythm behind him. Every time he paused to catch his breath, the footsteps paused too. He ran for hours. Eventually, the terrain flattened near an old clear cut. He hid under a thick cedar below down, covered himself with ferns, and waited. The footsteps circled again, slower this time, searching. He could smell it now. Musky, wet dog, something rotten underneath. It passed within 20 feet, breathing hard. Then silence, total silence. At dawn he crawled out, no tracks near his hiding spot, but miles away, back toward his original camp. He found where it had torn his tent apart. The rain fly shredded, sleeping bag ripped open like tissue, food bags scattered but only the wrappers eaten. The metal cookpot dented inward with what looked like fingerprints. He hiked out the next day without stopping. He never went back for the rest of his gear. Years later, he won't camp alone. He says the scariest part wasn't the size or the screen, it was the patience. The way it watched, the way it waited until he was vulnerable, then toyed with him like it knew exactly how fear works. He swears it wasn't just an animal, it was something smarter, something that remembered faces. Sleep tight out there. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you get something out of it, even if it's a good night's sleep. Remember to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever floats your boat, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.